Hello everybody, welcome back to the Folkestone Invicta Youth Academy Challenge, and we are back in January because we have a big FA Cup tie to play. Let's get into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Save and fellow managers. First and foremost, new graphics. We've got my camera in a little box, we've got the new Folkestone Invicta badge in the game, and James Barnes has a face. Yes, he does. Our hot prospect player now has a face, and he is looking pretty good, to be honest. He's developing nicely. We've promoted him from the under-18s to the under-21s, and I thought he was a good place to sort of have a quick look to see a bit of development within some of the players we got in our youth teams, one of which has gone very much under the radar and has gone to the senior team. And that man is Chris Chapman, who looks pretty good. He is in our first team now. 2 appearances, 1 goal. He got called up because of an injury. I'm not going to say crisis. It wasn't a crisis, but an injury issue which affected a couple of players. But he's improving. He looks pretty good in terms of technical, good first touch, passing and technique, which is great for sort of controlling play and dictating tempos. He's mentally is very good at the age of 18. Composure 15, flair 14, off the ball 15, vision 13. Good anticipation in there as well with 11. Physically is a little bit weaker, but when you proper look at it, nothing's below an 8. Stamina 8 is his lowest. And he's got good jumping reach, good fitness and good agility. So he is in the first team. Now, at 18 years old, he has been promoted to the first team and is doing a very good job. Another one that we touched on before was Hayden Jones. He is in the first team as well. He's getting a few more appearances, 6 appearances this season so far. Really good jumping reach, stamina and natural fitness at centre-back, 6'2", pretty good as well. He is not quite developing great. He is downgrading a little bit, which is a concern, but very good at marking, decent tackling at 10, and again the mentals look very good. Aggression 13, bravery 12, concentration 11, decisions 11, positioning 13, and good leadership, which in the back for the back 4 is actually really good, because leadership means they can control the line. It's sort of the equivalent of like communication for a goalkeeper, but I was doing some reading around that, and defenders with, or centre backs especially with good leadership, do generally perform better because they control the rest of the back line and can lead the back line. So yeah, that is a really crucial stat to have apparently. And last but not least, we'll have a quick look at Ryan Griffiths. Ryan Griffiths has not developed as we would have liked. He came through really highly rated. He had a massive value. He is only 17 years old, so there's still plenty of room to improve. His potential's dropped from a 5-star to 4.5, which isn't too bad, and there are still up arrows happening on his profile, but his physicals really aren't developing as much as I would like. I think technically he'll probably develop over time with that potential ability. Mentally looks really good. We do have some good mental players coming through in the team, but physically, yeah, just hasn't developed really as much as I would have liked. And I think if we have a quick look at his progress via the attributes, and just look at all time. So yeah, he's got a slight improvement mentally, a slight improvement physically, although pace has dropped down, as has acceleration, but stamina and strength have gone up. But there's been nothing changing technically. His free kicks have got worse, long shots and long throws have got worse, his penalty taking has gone up. So yeah, it's a strange one. He came through with such high potential. We were so excited about him, but he's not really developed at all, and he is in and around the first team, and he is training with the first team, and he is playing occasionally. 6 appearances, 1 goal, a 6.72. It's not dreadful, but if you think he burst on the scene last year, 11 appearances, 5 goals and 1 assist, I was expecting a little bit more from him, I think, in development this year. But anyway, on to the finances. We've got an FA Cup tie coming up, which I think is going to be crucial for our money. Now, unfortunately, it's at home, but the good news is it's going to be a definite sellout, because we're playing Chelsea, and Chelsea in this save are very, very good. They are very good. They have Lamine Yamal, which is quite a statement of intent. They're predicted to finish second in the Premier League this season. They are second in the Premier League. They're 5 points off Liverpool, but their team is just utterly ludicrous. If we look at their squad, okay, they've got a few injuries, which is helping us out. Buonanotte is suspended. Lamine Yamal is actually suspended as well. Oh, he's got a transfer bid on him of 0. They're going to be losing Lamine Yamal on a free. He's 33, but my God, is he good. Like, that is ridiculous for a 33-year-old. That is absolutely insane. And luckily, he can't play against us today, which is very nice. Did they pay? They paid £109 million for him, and he's been bloody brilliant for them. So luckily we don't face off against Lamine Yamal, but they do have some unbelievable players, such as English striker Simon Thompson. Insane. Absolutely insane. Professional personality, 30 years old. Would you believe it? Signed from Lincoln for £14.5 million. Imagine being Lincoln and getting one of the best strikers in the world you'll ever see through your youth academy. Worth up to £250 million at 30 years old. 56 caps for England, 28 goals. He's probably one of, if not the best striker I've ever seen in the game. He's quick, he can jump, he's fit, he's got great stamina. Finishing 18, composure 18, off the ball 19. Match that with acceleration 16, jumping reach 16 and pace 16. Absolutely phenomenal. As a human player, if you had a player like this in the game, he would score 50 goals a year, I'd say 50 goals a season. The AI don't really use players like that, but that's absolutely bonkers, isn't it? What a striker. So Chelsea are second in the Premier League. We're sixth in the Championship. We are still putting up a fight for these playoff positions, and it's been a pretty good season, to be honest. 44 points from 26 games, 11 wins, 11 draws, only 4 losses. And, you know, if you get around that 5, 6, 7 loss mark, you've got a very good chance of promotion, at least the playoffs. Derby and Nottingham Forest at the top, 54 and 50 points. We're 10 points off top of the league, Derby. So they're not out of sight, but I think second place is more attainable. Whether it's realistic or not, I don't know. But 6 points off Nottingham Forest, who are in second. Everyone's played the same amount of games, which is quite handy. But we are only 5 points off Hull, Crystal Palace and Plymouth ahead of us. We are joint with Portsmouth, but our goal difference is better. And we're 2 points ahead of Burnley, 5 points ahead of QPR. So we're starting to separate ourselves from 9th and below. I would say Burnley are definitely still in with a chance. Probably QPR maybe have a chance, but 5 points is quite a lot. And I'm saying that we might be able to make up 6 points to Nottingham Forest, but we're on a good run. We're playing really well. The schedule shows that. The schedule shows that we're doing well, ignoring the 1-0 loss to Hull that we've just had. The tweaks to the system that we've done, and there's been a few more, have really helped us out. We went the whole of December without losing, and December's normally a bit of a problem month for us because of the amount of games you had to play. But yeah, 3 2-2 draws in a row, which is just bonkers. We recovered with a 5-2 win over Stockport, which was a really, really good performance. 21 shots to 13, 8 on target to 4. We massively outperformed our XG. A double for Englefield, a double for Balbier, and a goal for Adam Cross as well. But we're starting to dominate possession a bit more, which is what I wanted to do, and get on the ball a little bit more. As our players are improving, we don't need to play this long, direct, really high-tempo football all the time. And what I noticed is that we were actually just turning the ball over. We were getting the ball, trying to play a ball into space, and then giving it back to them and getting countered. So yeah, we have tweaked the tactics a little bit, but that game against Stockport was really, really good. A 1-1 draw against QPR, back-to-back 2-1 wins at home, Sheffield Wednesday and Charlton, who we beat, which was really, really good. Craig Jones chipping in with a couple of goals, actually. Ryan Griffiths got a goal in one, and Chris Chapman scored in that one, the youngster that we looked at in attacking midfield. We have just lost to Hull with a goal from Van der Vine, which I just think is such a good name. But we rotated a little bit for that. We brought in a few more youngsters from the bench. So Ron Brennan came off the bench, the left winger. Really good physicals. Trying to get him a bit more game time to see if he can develop. But I've got a feeling now we're in a position where we might actually be able to start selling players for a little bit of money with sell-on clauses, so that we can try and make a little bit more money doing that. But yeah, we have Chelsea coming up next. We're guaranteed £72,000 from TV money. Obviously, we're going to split the ticket price 50-50 with Chelsea. But if we can have something magical happen, you never know. If we can get to the next round, it'll be good. It is only the third round, and if we go out, I really don't mind, because it allows us to focus on the league. Because I do think we'll get battered in the Premier League. I think we'll get absolutely annihilated. We might be able to just keep our head above water, but the money would be absolutely insane, especially because we're moving to the new stadium as well, which will be really good. So tactically, I said we mixed a few things up. We have made a few little changes. So Cross has come in now as a Volante. He was a Regista, but the Segundo Volante just suits how we play a little bit better. We've got an out-and-out winger on the left, and occasionally we change our fullbacks to be on support rather than on attack. We've got one of our centre-backs playing as a normal centre-back rather than ball-playing, just because we don't have the ability to have two ball-playing defenders in the team. We're just not that good, to be honest. Then in possession, we do have pass into space on, but we can take that off, especially if we come up against the back five. We take that off. We try to keep the underlaps going to encourage the fullbacks to get forward a little bit more. We do see that pretty often, and of course we play for set pieces because we do need that in our locker. Counter and counter press, but as I said, trying to keep the ball a little bit more, so we're distributing it to the back. And the play out of defence, I've noticed, if you watch more games and more highlights, you'll notice that play out of defence actually means that you recycle the ball around the back, which for us is quite useful. And then out of possession, a higher defensive line, dropped off the pressing a little bit. We're still getting stuck in, but we're not going to go and close them down. We're encouraging them to launch balls forward because we've got tall, good in the air defenders who can generally win the ball. And then we start on attacking. We start on attacking to try and take the lead in the game and try and take the bull by the horns, I think is the phrase. But anyway, let's get into the game against Chelsea. So we know that they've got a few suspensions. Lamine Yamal, Buonanotte are both suspended as well. We are not in the clear. We do have a number of slight injuries, fitness concerns, players that need resting, and injury knocks ourselves. Blair Gemmell, Robert Murray with his spine injury, Will Phillips and Alex Hessenthaler are all out as well. Will Phillips is one that I sort of glazed over a little bit and quickly bypassed in our little summary, but he's doing really well for someone that's only a decent Vanarama National League player and has the potential to be a good Vanarama National League player. He's doing really well. 5 goals in 10, 3 assists, a 7.23. Like, stepping up, the physicals are getting him out of all sorts of trouble. His pace is electric, and yeah, it's a shame. He's picked up a little bit of an injury on his ankle, a twisted ankle. He'll be out for a little while. So we're coming into this one a little bit under the radar. Michael Collins has picked up an injury as well, but Lewis Roberts is deputising quite well for him in goal. His reflexes are very, very good, which is good. He really does punch the ball a lot. You'll probably see it if they get a corner. He punches it, not great all the time, but he's trying his best, so that's not too bad. But yeah, some big injury misses for this one. Even Blair Gemmell is out injured, but he's probably going to be leaving. We've actually transfer listed him for 0. We accepted a bid from Worthing with a sell-on clause. He then turned Worthing down because he's an idiot. And yeah, Hessenthaler has been very good at left-back, but we've got decent left-backs to cover, so I'll pick the team. We'll be back for the game. All right then, here we are at Cheriton Road. We are taking on Sergio Conceição's Chelsea. We have gone with a few little changes. Emmanuel comes in at central midfield. We're not risking anyone that's got a slight knock or a fitness concern. We're using it to actually rest some players. They've got a very, very good team. They've put out a strong team here. They want to get through in the FA Cup. They are taking this very, very seriously. But if we just pause this, you can see we are lining up in the 4-2-3-1. It's Roberts in goal, Dickey, Berwick, Jones and Besson at the back. Reese and Emmanuel in there. I need to swap Berwick over with Jones. Emmanuel and Reese in the middle. Henderson starts on the right. Chapman in behind. Lewis up front. And Balbiera starts on the left. Isa Chukwu over here looks very good. Crossing 14 to 20. Pace 14 to 20. 12 to 18. And acceleration 14 to 20 as well. So he's going to be one to keep an eye on. Up front, they don't have Sam Thompson, but they do have this guy. Daniel Ferreira from Uruguay looks ridiculously good as well. A little bit slower than Sam Johnson, but nevertheless going to be very, very tough for our defenders to deal with. I'm sure about that. Right, we want Berwick as our ball-playing defender. Everybody else is good to go. We're still going to play on the attack. We're still going to try and play on the attack and see what we can do. I'm going to need to slow this down because I've been playing it at lightning speed as they put a ball over the top. Besant does win the header, but Daniel Kuhn will keep this one in. And Besant did get a tackle in, but then didn't take the ball away. Diallo's back there. Is this going to be 1-0 Chelsea to start? It's not. We survive 1 minute and 15 seconds, which is good. Which is very good. Maybe we don't play attacking. Maybe I should come off attacking. Berwick finds Besant up to Chapman. That's not a good pass. Samuel into Badaya. Isa Chukwu comes forward with it. We highlighted him before the game. Cut back. Ferreira's there. It's the two players we looked at before the game. They connect. And I think starting on attacking may have been may have been a little error. Let's do everything we normally do when we've got a lead, because this is going to be tough. This might regret coming back for this game. We might get an absolute pasting, to be honest, as Reese plays it up to Chapman. Ball through into Henderson. Good run from Henderson. Henderson's in. Oh, why didn't he shoot? It's a really good tackle from the defender. He was through on goal. He's got bags of pace, does Henderson, as well. Well, he's got good all-round physicals. He's probably not got a bag of pace compared to these guys, now that I think about it, because he is playing in the Championship, and he's probably the level of a League 2 player. Corner to Chelsea then. Badaya is going to take it, swings it in. Jones is at that near post, sort of. It's not a very good clearance. Badaya puts another cross in. It's low. It's another goal. Carlos Alberto, 17 minutes in. It's 2-0 Chelsea, and we are very much being undone here. Roberts could have done better. I don't know. It might have taken a deflection, to be honest. It was headed away at the front post. Carlos Alberto back to Badaya. He just sort of fired it low into an area, through a crowd of bodies, and 2-0 Chelsea. Half an hour gone, we can rejoice. We've had 2 shots. I've not seen either of them. They haven't been highlights, but we've had 2 shots and 1 on target. So we have at least tested their goalkeeper. Emmanuel goes all the way up to Lewis. He manages to keep that one alive. Chapman down the line. Balberia is a really good little bit of movement, this. Balberia cuts in field. Balberia onto his favoured right foot. What a goal from Paulinho Balberia. Come on. 2-1, 32 minutes on, and we get to celebrate with the home fans here. What a goal from Paulinho Balberia that is. Down the line from Chapman. The defender tried to commit him to go there. Cut inside as he stood him up. Right on the edge of the box. Bends it past Masasic. What a finish. Paulinho Balberia. That is a bloody dream goal. Come on. Oh no, they've got a corner straight away. It goes into the box. Jones, again, it's not the best of headers away. Chukwa is there, cuts it back. We've intercepted it. Henderson. Oh, it just didn't have enough on the pass to find Lewis. Gilardi into Izachuk. Izachuk finds Gilardi again. Lays it back to Sharp for Chelsea. They are committing men forward. Great little dink over the top. Coons in, and our celebrations are short-lived. 3-1 Chelsea, 35 minutes gone. And that's just come from rubbish ability of trying to pass the ball up to Lewis from Henderson, who's not covered himself in glory, has he? That shit pass up to Lewis, and he's had that chance running through one-on-one where he just took too long. I mean, yeah, Roberts is not going to save that against this quality of player, is he? Can't blame the goalkeeper. Right, just on the stroke of half-time, Chelsea have another corner. The interesting thing is, 2 of their 3 goals have come from... 3 of their 4 goals have come from set pieces, which is unfair. I think there should be a penalty for Premier League teams playing against little old folks in Invicta to say that if they get a corner, I'm trying to think what would be a fair penalty. They have to give us a goal kick, so we can just boot it behind and still get a goal kick. I mean, Roberts has palmed that into danger. It's a good finish from Diallo, but it's 4-1 at half-time. Yeah, we're getting I mean, they're the second best team in the country, so I'm still going to tell everyone I want a much better display in the second half, even though it's Chelsea. We are at home, and we do need to give the fans something to cheer about, don't we? We do need to try and give them something to cheer about. We have called up 2 youngsters to the bench that I might give a run out to, actually. We might get the likes of Ryan Griffiths on. Kadu Cuedo has been called up as well, and Martin Lukaku we've called up. So on the hour mark, I think we will bring those youngsters on just to see what they can do. Dickey into Reese. Reese just holds this one up, back to Dickey. We'll just see how we're a bit slower with the ball, but contemplating our tempo. It's very rainy here on the southeast coast of England as Berwick comes forward, out to Besant, into Balberia, down the line looking for Chapman, but couldn't quite squeeze it through, and now Chelsea come forward. Can we get that? No, we can't. Izachukwu is going to take that down the left-hand side, inside to Badaya. Badaya down back the line. Oh, he's turned Besant really easily. Izachukwu doesn't score. Roberts with a really good low save. Let's give the boys some encouragement, and then we'll get those subs on in a minute, I think, as Izachukwu is going to swing this corner in. It's another corner for Chelsea, and Jones, that's a better header to get the clearance done. Lovely stuff. Right, now let's get some substitutions on. So Lewis can come off. We'll give Martin Lukaku his senior debut for the club. Henderson can come off. We'll bring on... let's do Cuedo, and then I think we'll switch those 2 over. So Cuedo goes to the left, Balberia can move to the right. Balberia is quite tired. I don't want to have stupid injuries in this game. Christian Emmanuel is not enjoying life, so we'll bring on Adam Cross for him. I'd like to give Ryan Griffiths a game, but Chapman's playing reasonably well. I mean, Armani Dickey's having an absolute shocker at right back. Let's give Alex Coulter a run out. That'll leave us with one sub. We'll bring on Ryan Griffiths with about 15 minutes to go just to give him a run out back in the first team. But we're getting absolutely battered in the scoreline, but we are getting shots off. We are creating a few chances here, and Chelsea are very, very good. So with 15 to go, let's save Balberia's legs. We'll get Ryan Griffiths on. We'll just move Chapman out there for the meantime, just because I want to see Ryan Griffiths in his preferred role of attacking midfield, get him a bit more game time in there. He's sort of been jumped in the pecking order by Chapman, so it's interesting to see these two on the pitch at the same time. And time's ticking down, and whether it's Chelsea taking their foot off the gas or us being a little bit better and growing into the game, because we did get more shots and everything, it's a 4-1 loss at Cheriton Road in Folkestone. But, you know, a decent amount of possession against a very good Premier League team. They created 3 half chances, and we had 2 clear-cut chances for them. But as I said, we conceded 3 of the 4 goals, amounting from set pieces. So I can't be too disappointed. How can you get mad when I said you did a good effort? Screw the lot of you. Get out of here. Get back to training. So we are out of the FA Cup. I mean, it's not really a problem, is it, losing to Chelsea? And we do now get to focus on the league, which I think is a good thing because we've got a really good chance around getting into those playoffs. Sergio Conceição is still annoyed about officiating, even though he just won 4-1. I think you need to have a little bit of a checkmate. I think you're okay. Don't complain too much about the referees, because they're volunteer. They're just doing a job. No one wants to be I was going to say they volunteer, but they don't at this level. No one wants to be a referee, do they? They don't want that abuse they get. Just lay off the referee, Sergio. Lay off the referee, Sergio Conceição. We've got 7 days until our next game, but we do have very intense training and stuff coming up. So we're going to give everyone that played in the starting 11 a day off for the next week. And then, we'll be back in March for the youth intake day. Liam Delap is on thin ice, isn't he, as our head of youth development? But can he bring someone through? He has actually had the preview, which is something to get excited about. We've got an A rating for attacking midfield, strikers and wing backs, which is quite interesting. It sort of drops off after that. But that gets me excited. Three positions at an A rating is something we haven't had for a very, very long time. I guess while we're here, we can look at the under-21s. They're currently 4th in their division, as they've now playing against the big boys. Well, it's our first year of having an under-21, so they're playing against some bigger teams. But they're doing all right. 5 points off the top, so not bad for them. And the under-18s are 2nd in their division, just behind Plymouth. 2 points off them. Plymouth have only lost 1 this season, so they've clearly got a good group. That's not many players. I was going to say a good group of youngsters coming through. I wonder if it's their striker that's getting them out of trouble. Don't know anything about him. No, don't know anything. I'm just going to assume we don't know anything about any of them. So there you go. A little update. Let me know what you think about the save. Do you like this more sort of edited version of it where we condensedly look at something and then move on to the next topic? But let me know your thoughts. See you for the youth intake day coming up next. If you want your name in the game in the youth intake, sign up to be a channel member and you'll get your name in the game. It's all explained in the thing below once you become a channel member. You can go as little as $1, which just supports me and you don't get your name in the game, and then there's different tiers depending on what level of player you want to be. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.